All right, good morning. Here we go. A little after 9 action on this Thursday. Another hot, steamy day in the region. Mike and Lisa from AM 800. Have you been spending much time outdoors?
Not really. Not if I can help it. And it depends on the time of the day. Like, I will love after this to go and sit in my backyard for a bit because my backyard's pretty shady right now. So not bad. And there's a little bit of a breeze or whatever. I've got the sprinkler going. I don't know why. What's the point? Um, but later on, like later in the day when the sun goes from the front of my house to the back of my house and it gets down pretty low so that it's like beaming into your yard in a certain angle, that's when it's like, oh, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, you know what? I wouldn't go for a walk or a run on a day like today.
Too hot.
But, I mean, there's some people who train or who love to exercise who will do it in any kind of weather. I once upon a time, I was like that. But I think, I don't know, I think you've gotta pick the time of day, the correct time of day,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Really early in the morning or really late in the evening, I guess, is your two choices. So that's all you got. Now, I don't know. Are you ready for fall already? Is anybody else ready for fall? I've been ready for fall for like weeks now.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
just
don't
don't
get
like
that
this
feeling yet,
real hot weather.
I'm not ready to jump ship yet.
Okay.
Soon though.
Soon. Okay. All right. Soon for Lisa. One of the things that drives me insane though, and I need some help with this thing because I've never found a good solution to this. So hopefully somebody has some advice out there. On the weekend, I went around with a broom and all these corners of the deck in the house and whatever, and the gazebo and all this stuff, knocked down all the spider webs that are around, all the spider webs that collect all the time. And then I go back a day or two later
Yeah,
and it looks like I didn't do a thing.
yeah. They're persistent.
They are, and it's like they're almost like screw you spiders. Like, "Oh, you knocked down my web, I'm gonna do another one just as good in the exact same spot to drive you insane."
I don't think it's good enough to just knock down the web. I think you also have to spray. If you
Apparently,
don't want them to
there
come
must
back,
be.
yeah, you gotta spray and make it not good. I have a spider, speaking of persistence, that is up in so I have 2 lights, on either side of my front door on our porch, okay?
Okay, yep.
And you get at the bulb from the bottom, okay? You can take the panels of glass out if you want or whatever, but you get at the bulb from the bottom. There in one of them, there's a spider that has a nest that has encompassed the bulb. Like you
Oh,
can see it in
wow.
there. So it's disgusting. But I did gently spray in there because you're getting now messing up with the electrical and the bulb. Um, so I tried to spray in there a little bit and I thought I got it, but man, he's back again. So that's a pain because you've got to take all the panels, all the glass out, unscrew the bulb, try not to get any moisture up there, and then, make sure the spider doesn't come back. Oh, if it isn't
Oh,
robins, it's spiders.
yeah, that's right. It's something. But yeah, these spider webs are driving me nuts. And maybe Cora has the solution. Kill the spider, and that will solve the web issue.
That's right.
I don't
You
know. Is
spray.
somebody else going to move in? Like, how do I find the spider? They don't really hang out there, do they? All that
Yeah, they
much?
do.
Yeah.
You will find it. It's kind of like not always in the center of the web, but off to the
Okay.
side, perhaps curled up in a little ball. You'll find it.
Okay.
Yes, Jacintha sounds like a Craig job. And Craig has a thing. Oh my God. Like he can't stand spiders. He gets so angry if
Oh.
he's out there. It's just like you can hear him just like, "Ugh!" So it's like that's a thing for him. Sometimes I'm like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. You just stay put.
You get the
Watch me.
centipedes. I'll take care of the spiders.
Exactly. I think that's a good deal.
Ants are still an issue. I haven't put any ant traps out or sprayed. I got some ant spray. I got some traps. I got to put that out because they're crawling all over my patio and all that stuff. I thought I killed the queen, but apparently not. So, but the spider webs are my main concern now. They're just everywhere and every little corner and stuff like that. So okay, so maybe I'll try to kill the spider or get some spray for that. So after I knock it down, spray that area with some
Yep.
kind of spider stuff. Okay.
That's what you got to do.
I'm gonna do that today. That's on my list of things.
But
If I
have you ever
can stand the heat.
walked into a spider and then you're convinced for like the next half hour to an hour that it's on you somewhere?
Yeah, it's still in my hair or it's
Right.
somewhere in my shirt or something like that. Yes, that's the worst. And I remember coming in or going outside early one morning before our show at like 3:34 in the morning, and some
Yep.
spider had did the business right in front of the door, and I walked right into it. Like I was like, oh, right at my grill. Oh,
Right.
no fun.
And then it's got to be on you. Has to be.
Well, it's got to be, yeah. There's got to
Right?
be spider debris on me at least. Web debris, spider on me. I don't know. What else
Okay.
drives you nuts about summer and the hot weather?
Well, have you ever had a spider in your car and as you're driving, this is having a bee in your car. It's like the same thing where I have to pull over because I know I'm not safe on the road. If I see a spider crawling in my car or coming down like right in front of you, or a bee, I've gotta pull over.
Well,
That to me is like so dangerous because that's all you can think about and see.
yeah,
Ugh.
you almost do. You're right because you're distracted driving at that point. If there's something in your car like that,
Yep.
you try to open the window and try to get out.
Well,
Get out.
yeah. Yeah. And sometimes that happens when you pick up plants or something, and you put them in the back of your car and there's insects in there that, decide to crawl around. Ugh.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Fish flies are terrible. Yeah, yeah. I think they're pretty much wrapped up for the year. At least they're
Are
you know,
they?
over a few weeks. I don't know. It's more of an east side issue. It seems like out into Tecumseh and Lakeshore and stuff like that. Are they still an issue? How about Colleen? I woke up at 6:50 to a bunch of roofers on the roof. It was so scary. Yes, totally forgot they were coming today.
Oh, when you hear people walking on your roof,
Yeah, it
that
sounds
is
like
yeah.
it
Sounds
sounds
like
like
they're
they're
gonna come through.
It does, right? It does. It's weird when somebody's up on your roof. Yeah, the humidity, that sucks. Colleen also saying we almost crashed into a ditch years ago. A spider came down on a web near my friend's face while she was driving. Oh,
This is what I'm saying.
yeah.
This is what I'm saying. You lose your mind.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, bugs in summer. I think that's like number one on my list. I can somewhat deal with the heat or whatever. You can drink lots of water. You can hose yourself down. If you have a pool, you can go jump in the pool, whatever. You can go inside even. But when the bugs are out, the bugs are out. And it sucks, and I hate it. Mosquitoes, let's go there too.
Can I talk to people who live on the water? Anybody here live on the water? Here in Windsor, Essex, live on the water. What are the drawbacks to that besides fish flies? What are the drawbacks to living on the lake? I'm not talking about cottage up north. I'm talking about here because I don't think you'd get fish flies even up north. But there's other problems up there like deer flies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, bigger than your head. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, living on the water. What is the worst thing about living on the water? I've never lived on the water. I've stayed at cottages on the water and things like that. I would imagine, yes, fish flies in this area would be one thing that you would have to deal with. Colleen, lots to say this morning from Colleen. Parents live on the water. My mom would definitely the downfall is snakes.
What?
What do you mean snakes by the water all the time? I don't
What do you
think that
mean?
really.
Well, I know we have friends, right, that live on Pesh Island, and they know that there's snakes there. They live on the water, and there's snakes that they deal with. But really, is this a thing? Like, if you live on the water in Windsor, Essex, you've got snakes? Seriously? Oh my God!
I never heard of that kind of issue before about snakes. Oh, she lives on Boblo.
Oh my gosh!
Brenda said I did my chore today. Put a baby robin back in its nest.
Oh, good for you, Brenda. Wow, could you reach it, or did you just sort of put it close to the nest? How did that work out? And I'm surprised. Like, spring's over. Are they still having babies?
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is. Even a few weeks ago, there was another robin trying to build a nest on the exact same place I had my first one. above the porch light, and it kind of failed. Like they kind of gave up. There was just a few strings of like grass or hay or straw or whatever they were doing, and then they abandoned it. It was like, they ran out of money or something.
Yeah, well, that's weird because I always thought it was a spring thing. Everybody had their babies in the spring. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, right. And then everybody, kind of lives it up in the summer, and then fly south.
Wow, she needed a stepladder. Brenda said needed a stepladder to put the robin back in the nest. Oh, good for
How
you,
did you
Brenda.
know to put it back in the nest? Because sometimes they just come crashing out of the nest. Like they don't fly out of the nest. They'll try and fail, and they go to the ground. How did you know it wasn't ready? Right?
All good questions, Michael.
Yes, as the robin expert now on this program. Also living by the water, algae buildup when the sun is getting down deep into the water, and if low winds what is that even saying?
I don't know.
That's a lot of
algae. Where? What? What are you talking about?
Voice to text, I think.
Maybe. I don't know.
From Zlatko. I don't know. Now, why are you asking about the water? Are you
I'm just curious.
Coming up,
I'm just curious because I was thinking, like,
it seems perfect, right?
It seems like a really great lifestyle, live on the water, and then you think about fish flies. But then if that's only 2 weeks out of the year, that's not a big deal. But maybe there's other things like living on the water, ain't all it's cracked up to be. I'd like to know.
Okay. All right. So
maybe one day I'll live on the water.
That's those are all good questions, good summer questions here on the After 9 program today about living in water and living with cobwebs or spider webs.
Oh, Jacinta said the snakes killed my living on the water dream.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But that's the first I've heard of that, Jacinta. Maybe it's just an island thing, Pesh Island, Boblo Island.
Yeah, maybe. They say one of the disadvantages of living on the water is that you're always worried about the water level.
Yes,
true. Of the water you're next to, right? Oh,
yes.
We see that a lot in this area where, you'll get warnings from IRCA about flood warnings because certain rivers or streams or whatever will overflow depending on, how much rain we get.
And erosion and that kind of thing. And
all that stuff.
Do you have a good break wall? Do you not?
Oh, the break wall.
Yeah, and I would imagine the wind is a lot stronger as well. But it's cooler. That's probably a plus.
10 degrees cooler by the water. So
all right, well,
got that going for you.
I'm going to go grab a coffee and go sit on my back deck.
All right, I might do the very same thing myself and Lulu, who's looks like she's ready to go outside and take on some of the heat, and we'll have a nice coffee, and we'll reconvene tomorrow morning on AM 800 at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. till
Friday.
It's Friday tomorrow. Yes, finally. There we go. Slower week this week than last week, I found.
You think?
Yeah, I don't know why.
All right. Well, listen, have a good one. And we'll chat again tomorrow. Be there, 5